as well. Singed isn't quite all the way to Shen as far as split pushing goes, but plays much more like a split pushing top lane tank than a traditional team fighting tank.
Absolutely. I mean, Looper, little bit of a hiccup there last game with joining the team fights and all that. So now just play Singed, go proxy waves, go have fun. You know, they have nothing to do with the team. Don't bring them towards us at all, and we'll be good to go.
We tried the teamwork thing, didn't work out. We're going to try the opposite as we are onto the roof for game number 2. Phoenix1 up 1 here in the series, so a win here will secure them a sweep and a win in the first week of the LCS here. But it looks like something pretty fun here for Echo Fox.
Yeah,
they're going to move out as 5 towards the bottom lane.
They have the Q already
leveled up.
up.
He's ready.
Yep, ranked up Q for Froggen, looking for a pick here in the bottom side of the map.
I just love the panache. Looper, of course, with his own skin. And Adrian, he's in trouble. He does get away to safety. Gonna put a ward down. That's an ambitious Q. Ward goes down, so first CS goes to Froggen, the CS master.
And Arrow goes back into the...
He's like, gonna check it out.
Another one!
Got it again!
Ooh.
Froggen's very good at this game.
I mean, they're gonna run out of wards at this rate. Gotta put them down before they get there. There you go.
You can see wards being answered on the other side as well for P1. And they will spot Echo Fox moving out. So no one's getting caught there. Nice kind of smart spread out from Phoenix1.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Inori, he goes and he wards the red buff to make sure that if Acadian starts on that side, which is the side that you usually start on as the Rek'Sai, so you don't bring your bottom lane to come leash for you, or I mean, you'd be even starting on Wolves or Blue, which isn't that great for Rek'Sai. You usually want that red immediately. And Acadian, quite conscious of the fact that there could be a ward there, so he just is waiting until the last moment.
And no help, actually, by the looks of things either. Usually sees
classic Singe.
That's true, he's busy. Looper's got work to do. He's already running towards the wave. As Gate hanging out, bit of harass down. Ooh, nice playback as well. Certainly practice on the champion, so a bit of early harass isn't too bad, but we'll start playing the lane out as per normal now. Looks like this time P1 certainly looking much better as far as the early push goes. Gate really sacrificed a lot of his health on the time catch last game to make sure that didn't happen. This time around they'll have a bit more pressure as Froggen, still level 1, has taken damage already from Ryu. Bit of extra ball damage there as well from the command attack. Orianna, always a tough laner to go up against, but like you said, Froggen, he knows every mid lane matchup with Anivia. Yeah,
you would assume so. He's been playing it for years, and into Orianna, it's kind of like a classic. We're going back.
We're going very far back.
Like 3+ seasons at this point. Now, Looper does have the shove advantage right now into Zig. He got to the lane a little bit sooner. We'll see if he goes for the Dark Seal build, the multiple Dark Seal build.
Very nice from Froggen. Throws out a bunch of Qs, finally lands one, and that's going to be good damage onto Ryu, but once again, still pushing things through. This looks like P1 win starting to surge. You can hear some non-believing Echo Fox fans in the crowd. As I know, going to make his way towards this right side scuttle crab. Take that one down, get some control towards the bottom lane. Acadian's here as well, so could maybe see some action here. It looks like both junglers trying to cover a potential 3-on-3. Again, Inori kind of hanging around, seeing where he can get Acadian actually back up, and has been spotted by the looks of things. So Inori going to try and find him, perhaps. See if he can't get some damage down. Acadian a little low. Inori, what did he slice the big wolf? That is rude.
Stole it. Oh, almost got that too.
That would have been wonderful. Froggen a little low on health as well, so Orianna could also have made her way through.
Exactly, and that's the big thing, is Ryu had shove advantage. That synergy between Inori and Ryu seems to be alive and well right now and doing quite good. So he was able to shove up. He knew that Ryu would be able to reinforce first. Froggen chunked out. He does have teleport, though, on the Anivia, so it will be quite easy for him to get back to the lane.
Really nice looking hook there for Gabe. It doesn't quite connect onto Adrian. And looks like the push has continued here for the Karma Varus, which I think we expect 2-on-2 here. Keith, though, will just collect one CS he can. Should be just fine on Ashe. We've seen Ashe arrows already today have such a big impact in the mid to late game. Keith, I'm sure, has sharpened up those sniper skills as well. As Acadian doing a little bit of counter jungling while he can. After his wolf is taken by Inori, he's going to go ahead and take the wolf camp away from him.
It's an interesting thought as well, like just thinking about how the draft went out, and going back to that, was the Anivia was picked before the second ban phase. If you expect the enemies to ban Anivia, there might be a better or more optimal pick there for them to go after on Echo Fox's side in that third place slot. and wait on picking the Anivia so you know what it's into. But that's Froggen saying, I want to help my team. I want you guys to have the counter picks, or I want you to have a better idea of what you're going up against. I will play Anivia into anything.
And that's actually a great highlight in draft, although I think we might have to stop that thought for now as Nori's popped himself over the wall. Luther locked down by Zig, and this looks like first blood, potentially Arcadian shadowing around his own, and Nori commits for it. Now Arcadian gonna move his way back through. Damage is there, that's gonna force the flash from Kha'Zix. And now Zig still getting chased down. Arcadia wants it, he's got the flash. And Nori doesn't have his, so another Pro Seek is gonna do it. He's gonna keep chasing and he sees and he flashes looks for the auto, and there's the first blood.
Acadian again, both games, first blood for the rookie on Echo Fox.
Rookies are doing well.
Yeah. NA junglers, NA talent.
NA talent looking good. Acadian once again picks up the first blood.
Yep, and then Looper comes back, triple Dark Seals. So the Dark Seal, the increase on the potions by 25%, actually stacks, so he's getting 175% of potion efficiency out of that, and it's worth a lot. Froggen does have egg, though. He does have egg.
That's huge, though, to have to save it.
Yeah.
Froggen even wants smoke. This is safe, right? This is totally fine, guys. I mean, it's a cannon wave, so he doesn't really want to move away from it. I love this. This is very Froggen. Level 6.
Ah, there we go.
There's
Waiting on
Acadian
level
covering
6
as well.
And good by Acadian to actually come through and give Froggen a better back here. Ryu will walk up, maybe place the ball for a distortion. Yeah. Place it a little bit closer.
It's fine for Froggen, though, I think.
Yep.
Wasting a bit of Ryu's time.
Well, he does lose more minions to the turret while he's backing then. He will pick up experience for them, but
It's
a fake!
It's all a ruse, Irene! Gonna take these two, and now he knows that Ryu's backed off. He has some teleport as well, so he kind of can come back at his leisure.
Bam.
And does Ryu stay? That's so rude! That's blind.
That's blind. Yeah. All right, Froggen. Oh, I see you.
It's in his head now.
All right.
Ryu's like, man, I got ganked twice last game. Now Froggen's reading my mind.
Yeah, and now it's really risky to stay here because if the Rek'Sai just shows up and now Froggen TPing back in, doesn't get to clear out the whole wave, and he'll miss out on 2 minions there, whereas the teleport will allow Froggen to pick these ones up.
He's pulling the wave as well, so Froggen is really kind of putting his foot down in this lane. In the meantime, Adrian poking down back on Keith. His arrow, Adrian still looking good here. Lantern out his nice arrow, looks for the poke. Keith just barely misses out on a Q to the face. And Looper, here's the flippy, and Zig's like, he's not happy about what's going on here. I mean, he might not die, but what are you supposed to do against triple Dark Seal corrupting potion sin?
It's the triple Dark Seal, no points in W here as well, just going for straight damage to clear the minion wave and flipping. And also shoving the wave to possibly set up a gank here. We'll see. It's hard to gank a Maokai with flash, but we'll see right here.
Looks like a proxy, but it could just be a gank. Arcadian gonna try and make it happen. Looper moves his way out, takes one more tower, and it gets a kill!
Oh, and those Dark Seals, 2 across the board. Extra AP for the Singed in the top lane. These are actually such efficient buys as well, because the passive isn't unique, like I said previously. It increases the amount of HP you're getting from the Corrupting Potion. So you're basically thinking in the equation that every stack of Corrupting Potion will give me this much more HP times 3. So you treat it almost like, oh, he's getting a bonus Ruby Crystal on top of that, a Ruby Crystal and a half. And it gives him mana. And Singed passive gives him HP for buying mana. So it's even more on top of that. So Singed is actually quite tanky with just buying these 3 rings that don't have any HP on them innately.
And realistically, what's Zig gonna do? Like, he's a Maokai. This is why people pick Singed into the tank matchups, because they know they can just run around freely. And I like the build from Luke because, like you said, he's just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and also, like, it is important to note that all those 2s are just for show.
Just for one.
Yeah, you only get one. That's unique, of course. But also on top of it is the sell price of Dark Seal is only about, I believe, 100 gold less than the buying price. So when you resell it, you actually don't miss out on a lot at all.
That's
it
good
helps
value.
Ramp up.
That's what that is. This Gate's looking for a hook here. Adrian now can't be seen. That one's going to miss, but Froggen's in. Looking for arrow damage is there. Does proc the Thunderlords, and there's the arrow in. That one's going to miss as well. Skill shots all going awry here for Echo Fox's bottom lane, but Froggen ahead in CS, got the early mana items, is starting to push in and roam down towards the bottom lane. Looper playing aggressively and proxying and now moving towards the mid lane. This is kind of what we expected from the top trio for Echo Fox, and this game seems like a much better execution of that plan.
Absolutely, and now that they have an advantage, and it's in the jungle, right? Again, and now it's towards the top lane, so it's not it's not that mid lane, but the mid lane is holding on. There's a teleport for Froggen, so he can kind of just sit around and do what he wants. But this is Looper, hey, hanging out behind your turret. And now Maokai can actually counter proxy and just kind of sit by this turret. Not the same way that Singe does, but gives him a lot of presence.
Nice hook there, Play not going to connect, but Gate didn't want to commit following the Q in. Again, it's just all poke at this point. Arrow is perfectly fine, actually up in CS with a very slight item advantage.
Yeah,
the dagger.
It's a good lane advantage as well, just in terms of matchup. But hold on, Gate flashing
Gate's
forward.
Fox there as well. He's low, but they know Arcadian's coming. Arrow, who's going to move in as hook onto Adrian. Teleport's coming in, but Looper, he's there first this time. Arrow, now going to get locked down. Arcadian's going to try and take him out. They will get one, and now Looper once more. Ziggo is joining in as he's going to lock up Looper. Looper, not that tanky. He's going to get taken down. Arcadian gets out from under the tether, and it's a 1-for-1.
Yep, the 1-for-1 trade there. No teleport available for Froggen, and nobody had really advantage in the mid lane until Ryu just now, because he blew the ultimate to try and start a fight with Froggen to prevent him from roaming as well. And now, even though it seems to be even in numbers and Gate now walking back himself, it's going to be a little bit of a push to the turret there, favor of Phoenix1.
Yeah, make sure he pushes all the way in. Bit of extra chip damage there will be nice for later. And like you mentioned, Ryu looking pretty healthy, committed the ulti for just another bit of harass here. But Froggen, particularly without his teleport, wasn't doing too much here. So watch this particular engage again.
Yeah, Gate took so much damage trying to engage this. The flash, exhaust, and then the hook hits Adrian because Arrow flashes out of the way. But it still ends up with a kill onto Arrow. And then Zig TPs in, zones them away so that they can pick up Looper. So the Ashe doesn't get much more of the fight afterwards.
Certainly nice to see Looper much faster on the teleport trigger this time, but stayed a little too long, got himself killed. Does have a catalyst now though, so it's going to be even more annoying.
Yeah, very good call there on the fact that Looper was able to pull the trigger a lot faster than Zig in that top lane. He has the lane shove advantage, so every time he proxies 2 waves and he's in between your tier 1 and tier 2 turrets, it's a little bit less safe for Maokai to do that and actually go that far up. So when you actually leave, Looper may have cleared out another minion wave. And so Zig will slowly fall behind in CS because of this.
And now Fox, you can see, roaming again towards the bottom half of the map. Hits Arrows back up. They're going to clear this control ward out of the way. They've got a Drake that they can try and get for themselves as well. It's a Cloud Drake, so not rushing straight towards it, but it is nice to see Froggen pushing out his waves more effectively, staying up slightly on CS, which isn't too bad, but trying to affect another part of the map while Looper has just complete control of the top half of the map. And you know, they're not getting kills for Keith just yet, but they're probably keeping Arrow and Adrian busy, and Arrow is a player that we do expect from Phoenix1 to really make things happen. And both Inori and Arrow and Ryu as well, but has not been able to get anything going here. So Echo Fox are doing a nice job getting themselves ahead safely, but also stifling P1's plan.
Yeah, much better this game than it was in the last one. They had an early game advantage previously. Also off the back of Acadian, who still has 100 kill participation right now, 100%. Now it looks like he's ganking top lane. Yeah, the Maokai has to push up because he wants to catch the wave here, and they're throwing 3 people at Zig.
So the trap here flips. He's going to land in. Zig's going to flash Arcadian, follows for the knock-up. There's a knockback there for Zig, but Froggen's going to try and cut him off. He's got the flash. They might just dive. Looper going to start taking up the turret. Damage is starting to come in. Great wall from Froggen. Zig dodges the first even. The stun's going to move, and he gets flipped again. And that's an easy kill. Froggen this time gets it.
And they don't get much on the other side of the map for Phoenix1. They have to shove in mid lane and bottom side, and there wasn't any really buffs up here for Inori to take. He just gets wards on the bottom side. And that's going to be another kill going over to Echo Fox off of the back of Acadian, making a play. This time Froggen gets the kill on top.
Yeah, able to teleport in this time. Going to take some damage. His turret also under siege, but he's got his Rod of Ages now, so Anivia is going to really start scaling up now that the mana items are ticking up and stacking. And again, bottom lane pressure is nice here from P1. Looks like they will actually get the turret here.
There we go.
Collect that first turret goal. So Fox doing the right things here, kind of putting power where we expected it to be, and I think Keith and Gate, particularly on Ashe and Thresh, are fine to fall a little bit behind here. Although Arrow does have a pretty significant CS lead right now, at least the turret's being equalized by Looper as he does get the top turret for himself.
And the Singe seems to be a great pick for him. I remember played it back at Season 4 Worlds. Everyone's like, what is this guy doing? Has the skin for it, like you said. But that's going to be P1 getting themselves a Cloud Drake.
The advantage of playing to the bottom side of the map is you get the Drake, so pretty easy pickup, but it didn't seem like Echo Fox were too worried about not getting it.
Zig going after Acadian, trying to stop him from taking the jungle, but still he's going to pick that one up. And Looper 2 levels up right now over Zig and has the Righteous Glory completed. This has become a core item on Singe. You go for the Dark Seal build, into, not the Roa, but into the Righteous Glory to speed yourself up, flip somebody into your team. I was talking about Echo Fox. If they botch the engage, it's hard for them to continue the fight. But I mean, it's so hard to mess this up. You run straight at them, you're NASCAR.
Yeah.
That boy, you are NASCAR Sid.
Like we said, Malka and Sin do not have equal weights on team fights. This is a dive. Arrow's going to miss this. Keith flashes it. Nice arrow onto Inori, but dive still in. Adrian gets the kill this time. P1 even going to commit the teleport. Might try for a push here as Loopers also win. It's 2v4 escape. Hooksing in towards the turret. He gets played back in and now he gets flipped back. So far towards the turret as Ryu's trying to save his teammate Zig. Tanking up to deliver the good walls there. Might actually not be enough. Great ulti there as Froggen's going to get egged. And P1's going to move back in, but Looper once back in. Arcadia moves in. Bounty Castle triple play. Going to turn it all around and now Looper going to put down the goon. Force out Ryu's flash. That was a wonderful turnaround.
Yeah, Gate with the flash and the flay, the perfect setup there. They had to protect Froggen's egg, and P1 got a little bit greedy there. They wanted to kill Froggen even though he had that egg up. We're gonna see it again right here. Great flash from Keith, and then the arrow point blank onto Inori. Even though he's trying to dive him under turret, stays cool, but it causes Inori to dive a little bit far. The flip back from Looper even though he TP'd on the other side. Gets Zig really far in there. He's got to alley-ooped him. And then the flash wall. Shockwave does deal a lot of damage there, and then the Kha'Zix W and auto attack on top of it. But this right here, Gate, beautiful. Walks forward with the play, gets 3 people in it. And then the flash, and gets a flash out of that as well.
And we talked about it, Looper again, so fast to that teleport play. Picked up 5 stacks on his duck as well. Just participating, and that push from P1, bit of an overextension, punished very well by Echo Fox. We're climbing up still in that gold lead. It's not massive, but again, they were always a measured team last year. I feel like if Froggen especially is still winning it, that style of shot calling will be there. But the change seems to be not just the individual talent, but when they do want to go, they're significantly faster.
Yeah, and if you can find a lane to play to as Acadian where he has 100% kill participation right now, and so does Looper. Looper in the top lane has been contributing so much because he got that early help. This was the person that Acadian decided to unlock this game. Last game it was Froggen and it didn't really work out. And now this is huge because it's 2 levels up still for this Singe, and he's bordering the point where it's really unkillable for how far ahead of the game he is right now.
Ooh, that was a nice lantern.
Gate!
Ryu, with that ulti, the Gate once again with a nice big play on Thresh.
Yeah, this Thresh was banned away from him previously. The plays have been on point. Setting up these plays, not afraid. That's the thing, is Echo Fox, you were talking about it. Last year, it seemed like hesitancy. It seemed like, all right, we have a little bit of an advantage. What do we do with it? Gate and also Acadian seem to be really key in making these plays and being aggressive and taking the risk. They aren't really afraid of failure right now is what it looks like. They aren't afraid of flashing forward and looking dumb, like not getting a hook or something, because if you make that play work, you turn the team fight.
And maybe Arcadian and that rookie presence is bringing kind of more of that just style and just a bit more flair to their team and confidence, I think. Young players tend to be very confident, especially when they debut in the scene. Arcadian, he said he didn't want to play without regrets. He's doing that so far in the series, and the rest of his team seem to be rallying behind him. And the half of the map we expected to go well for Echo Fox is going exceptionally well this game. And despite the fact they still need to get some turrets down, they're not getting heavily out-rotated. They're not making as many silly mistakes as they might have done in Game 1. And really looking to kind of clean things up, take those turrets, and likely fight for that next big objective. Infernal Drake up in a minute 50.
Yeah, and how do you deal with the pressure of this top lane Singe? Now 3 levels up, and he's just gaining more and more of a CS advantage. So he's a large part of that pressure that they'll need in order to start getting these objectives. The Infernal Drake, like you said, in a minute and 30. How does Looper play out the map right now as they lead up to it? Because he's on the inside track to help them get this turret, whereas Arrow is in the top side shoving, and then Keith is on the bottom side shoving.
Yeah.
So,
smart of Echo Fox to not overcommit to the mid lane without their AD carry. Looper was looking for a potential dive, but all of P1 were there to defend, so good push and pull there from both sides. Looper actually going to go back towards that top lane and keep pushing it in. Froggen, plenty of wave clear here. He's going to take down the wave very swiftly and force Ryu and Honori to stay put. And it does seem like they're just keeping control of this side of the river towards the dragon. Not too many wards placed in the area just yet, but kind of enough coverage to think that when it comes up, it's probably safe for us to take it.
and that's where Fox has their wards allocated. It's the right side towards the Infernal Drake. And the left side is rather barren for them, though. They don't have much coverage, but they have Looper on the top side of the map. And if he were to run into the Baron pit and they were doing it, he could pop ulti and Crystal Glass, Corrupting Potion, and just run around for a bit.
His teleport as well, so I think more opportunities to make plays stretched across the map rather than having to stick to them. Maybe more traditional 4-1. In the meantime, though, plenty of time to kill with 20 seconds till that Drake comes up. So Echo Fox going to see if they can't pick somebody off. They've got good pink ones on this side. That's a good hook as well onto Adrian. Keith does not follow him with the arrow, but they're keeping this side blind.
Looper ended up backing, sorry about that. He buys the Rylai's, selling the Dark Seal for himself, and now he's just an absolute menace. He has so much HP, even though he doesn't have much in terms of magic resistance. It looked like he had 144 armor there.
Not too shabby, and he's actually going to...
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. 66 armor. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw it for a brief second.
No, that was the AP, actually.
I was like, where's he getting that armor? That seems ridiculous. So he's mostly a health tank, and then when he uses the ultimate, it's a regen stats tank at that point for the Singe. He doesn't usually buy those items that give him those defenses, like magic resistant armor.
Look at the current damage on the P1 carries, and they probably don't have enough to really put a dent in him as Froggen bursting down Adrian.
That's a dent.
Almost two-shots him with a bit of help from Thunderlord, but the Infernal Drake, we're going to go over here to Echo Fox. Going to try and stop him, but Arrow as well. Hooked in there as Froggen's going to take him down. Ryu with a beautiful ulti going to turn around, but Froggen is going to pop this on. He's Inori.
Inori in the back.
And he's actually flanked perfectly. Froggen turned into an Aegis. Keith's going to go down. P1 again. Go off in this fight. They turn around. The Drake goes to Fox, but that means nothing. His Arcadian's shut down as well.
A huge turnaround, and the Baron is also on the table here. Looper, now he has to just push the bottom lane. He wasn't able to disrupt the fight enough, and they used so much there, but P1 come out on top, and now they're going to swing the game back into their favor.
We keep seeing it in straight up fight. P1 looking so good together. And Looper, despite the advantage in the top lane, isn't the same team fighting tank that Zig is. This Baron's going to go over to P1, and game is completely turned around now. They'll get the gold lead, they'll take the Baron. And Echo Fox, that was a hard punish for one little Drake.
Oh yeah, and that was Ryu and Inori, the synergy. Inori is flanking, Ryu gets a 3-man shockwave here, throws it there, boom, 3 people in, and Zig gets in immediately. Froggen forced to Zhonya's, and now Inori, cleanup duty, threat on the AD carry. Doesn't matter that the other people were chunked out. Your AD carry's still healthy, and it Kazi is right on top of him.
Arcadian gonna go down from the end there. Good protection actually on Arrow, means he didn't go down.
These are such huge threats from Inori and Ryu right now. They're just playing out of their mind from behind. They're how they got back into the game last game. Zig came down as well, but he's been shut down this game. So Ryu and Inori seem to be actually really on top of their game right now.
And he reflects there in the team fight damage. Arrow also for not dying did a considerable chunk as well.
Looper did a drive-by. He's just there for 310 damage. Bye, guys. It looks unwinnable. I'm out of here.
He was kind of right by that point it was, so booking it maybe not the worst thing, but this Baron's going to be tough for Echo Fox to clean out. And if he's got good wave clear, but there's a nice shockwave again. Arcadian almost sniped down. That's a kill. Ryu, barely enough damage. He gets himself arrowed, but he falls out there. Going to protect himself with the shields with a bit of help from Adrian as well. And with Arrow just firing high-powered Qs under these turrets as they try and protect them, this is a tough siege for Echo Fox to try and deal with, particularly this early into the game.
Oh man, I was looking at it again. It's a red buff. Froggen had a red buff, or sorry, Ryu had a red buff on him. And he just takes out Arcadian from afar. And now this siege with the Baron buff, everybody has to back up. They're picking that there's some wards behind them that Looper could possibly TP to, but Froggen
chunked out again, Adrian hook, but that's not enough. Good big shield, and they're actually diving in for it. Teleport over the top, but it's got Gate! He's already down, and then TP's just gonna move in. Looper can't do anything as that tower falls on P1, breaks straight through the middle. Looper caught down now as well, not nearly tanking enough through that, and P1, the train's still going.
And there's so much damage here between the 3 members of Inori, Ryu, and also Arrow on top of it, and they're gonna try to push here. Froggen, he does have the ultimate to just clear out. So hard to siege against Sinivia, but they have the Baron buff. They have a lot of damage. Zig is tanky if he wants to tank.
Oh, Froggen, great.
Zig's gonna wait for it.
He's going for it. He got Froggen. Arrow takes him down. Arcadian gonna fall here as well. Inori straight to the backlines, ripping people to pieces. Gate can flame into the laser. No, not quite as his team protects him. And P1, they'll plow through Echo Fox. They'll take down the turrets, and they're gonna try and end this one.
Yeah, P1. Amazing performance, both from comebacks here. Game 1 and Game 2. There's one for the road, and they're going to take it.
Looper barely respawns in time to see his team get ace. The Nexus open a bear as Phoenix1 sweep through Echo Fox for their first game of the year.
Oh, Nori jumps in. No fantasy for you. Crazy performance there, and you can see